When we talk about the quantum field, we're not just discussing physics, energy, or invisible forces. We're talking about the infinite field of possibilities that holds every version of us, every thought, every emotion, and every potential reality we can step into. And in that field, there already exists a version of you that is deeply rooted in love and fully aligned with peace. The journey into that reality doesn't begin outside of you. It begins within through the way you tune your energy, shift your frequency, and choose the vibration you want to embody. Love and peace aren't things we have to chase. They are states of being already present in the quantum field, waiting for us to align with them. When you embrace yourself as energy, you begin to understand that every thought of kindness, every choice of compassion, and every act of forgiveness isn't just nice. It's quantum. It's a vibrational signal that rearranges your reality and attracts experiences that reflect love and peace back to you. But here's the deeper truth. Love and peace are not just feelings, they are frequencies. When we embody them, we shift timelines, we collapse the waves of fear, conflict, and separation, and we open doors to realities where harmony is the natural order. This isn't abstract, it's real. And it's happening right now to anyone willing to align with it. In the vast ocean of the quantum field, every potential version of reality exists simultaneously, waiting for our observation, attention, and energy to bring it into form. When we talk about the quantum field holding infinite realities, we are acknowledging that life is not linear, nor are we bound to the story we have told ourselves so far. Instead, every moment is an opening, a doorway into countless possible futures, and what determines which doorway we step through is not luck or chance, but the vibration we hold within ourselves. The version of you that is aligned with love and peace is not a dream, not a distant possibility, but a frequency that already exists in this infinite field. You don't need to build it from scratch, you don't need to fight for it, and you don't need to wait until you fix yourself to experience it. You only need to align with it, tune into it the way you would tune into a radio station, and suddenly the static clears and the signal of love and peace becomes unmistakable. This understanding transforms the way we see ourselves. Most people are taught to believe that their past defines them, that their circumstances limit them, and that their future is at the mercy of external events. But the quantum perspective dissolves those illusions. It shows us that we are not defined by our past, but by the frequency we choose right now. In this very moment, we hold the power to step into a different version of reality by aligning our energy with the state of being we desire. This is why when you focus on love, when you embody peace, when you practice compassion, you are not just being positive in a superficial sense. You are signaling to the quantum field the reality you wish to inhabit, and the field responds to that signal with precision. Think about the way a tuning fork works. Strike one tuning fork, and another across the room begins to vibrate at the same frequency. This is resonance, and it is the same principle that governs the quantum field. The moment you strike the frequency of love within yourself, you set the field around you into resonance with that frequency. You begin attracting situations, people, and opportunities that match love. The moment you embody peace, you radiate coherence, and chaos begins to dissolve in your environment. The field does not question, it does not delay, it simply matches the energy you broadcast. This is the profound truth that shifts manifestation from a concept into a lived reality. When you embrace this idea, life stops feeling random or unfair, because you begin to see the subtle dance between your inner state and your outer world. If there are conflicts around you, they are often reflections of internal disharmony. If there is division or fear, it can be traced back to the signals you've been sending through unconscious thoughts or unresolved emotions. This is not to place blame but to awaken empowerment. It means that the moment you change your signal, the movie you are watching begins to change. If you've been tuned into the frequency of fear, you'll naturally experience more reasons to feel afraid. If you've been tuned into scarcity, you'll naturally perceive lack around you. But the moment you shift into love, you begin to see love expressed in places you had overlooked. The moment you shift into peace, you start to experience calm in spaces where there was once tension. This principle explains why transformation doesn't take years of effort, though growth and practice certainly deepen it. The quantum field responds instantly, but our human mind often takes time to catch up, to allow itself to believe in the new reality we've stepped into. Still, the truth remains. Love and peace are not goals waiting in the future. They are frequencies available to you now, and they are already embodied by a version of you that exists in the quantum field. By choosing to tune into that version, you collapse the infinite wave of possibilities into one living reality or present experience of love, peace, and coherence. Love and peace are often thought of as emotions that come and go, depending on our circumstances, something we feel when life is kind to us, when relationships are harmonious, or when we find ourselves in moments of stillness. But when we begin to look through the lens of quantum understanding, we see that love and peace are not fleeting emotions, but stable frequencies that exist in the field, available for us to embody, regardless of what is happening around us. Just as a radio station continuously broadcasts its signal whether or not you choose to tune in, the frequencies of love and peace are always being broadcast in the quantum field. The real question is whether we are tuned into them, whether we are willing to align our energy with those vibrations, rather than waiting for external circumstances to trigger them. When we treat love and peace as mere feelings, we tend to chase them, hoping that the right person, the right environment, or the right achievement will bring them to us. This is why so many people live in cycles of temporary joy, followed by emptiness, of brief calm, followed by chaos, because they are depending on something external to give them what is in truth an internal alignment. The quantum perspective reveals that love and peace are not dependent on conditions, but on coherence. You generate them by embodying their frequency, not by waiting for life to deliver them. In this sense, they are more like choices than they are reactions. You do not wait for life to prove it is safe in order to feel peace. You generate the frequency of peace within yourself, and then life begins to rearrange itself in alignment with that. Signaled that this shift in understanding is powerful because it frees us from the illusion of dependency. If love is just a feeling, then we can lose it, and if peace is just a feeling, then it can be taken away. But when we recognize them as stable frequencies, we understand that they cannot be lost, they can only be tuned out of. You are never separate from love, you are never separate from peace. You are only ever out of resonance with them. This means that no matter the situation, no matter the past, no matter the challenge, the opportunity to realign is always available to you. The frequency of love does not vanish when you are hurt. It remains present, waiting for you to rise back into its vibration. The frequency of peace does not disappear in chaos. It remains steady, waiting for you to attune your mind and body to it. When you begin to live from this understanding, you notice that your energy becomes less reactive to external shifts. Someone may project anger toward you, but instead of being pulled into that frequency, you hold your own resonance of love, and rather than feeding conflict, you dissolve it. A challenge may arise, but instead of spiraling into stress, you hold the frequency of peace, and suddenly, solutions reveal themselves that you couldn't have seen in panic. This is not denial or suppression of emotion, but mastery of vibration. It is the conscious choice to remember that you are not at the mercy of circumstance, but a generator of frequency in the field. The reason this matters is because the quantum field does not respond to the stories you tell about your life. It responds to the vibration you embody. If you continue to describe yourself as unloved while broadcasting the frequency of lack, the field will mirror that back to you. But if you embody the frequency of love, regardless of the story, the field will begin to align with that signal and present you with evidence of love. This is why affirmations, or positive thinking without frequency often feel ineffective. The power is not in the words, but in the energy behind them. Saying I am at peace while radiating anxiety will not shift the field, but embodying the state of peace through breath, through presence, through intentional energy will send out a coherent signal that the quantum field cannot ignore. It is also important to understand that love and peace as frequencies do not only transform your personal life, they ripple out into the collective field. When you choose to embody them, you become a stabilizing point of coherence in the greater field of humanity. This is why one person who holds deep peace can walk into a room filled with tension and immediately soften the atmosphere without speaking a word. This is why one person radiating genuine love can inspire healing in others, simply through their presence. The frequency is real, measurable, and impactful, far beyond what the mind might assume. By shifting our perspective of love and peace from fleeting feelings to enduring frequencies, we reclaim our power as conscious creators. We no longer chase external validation. We no longer wait for life to settle down before we allow ourselves to feel whole. Instead, we embody the vibration of wholeness now, and through that choice, we step into the reality that matches it. Your energy is not an invisible side effect of your life. It is the very blueprint shaping the reality you experience. Every thought you think, every word you speak, every belief you carry, and every emotion you sustain is more than just mental activity. It is vibrational output. That output does not vanish into emptiness. It ripples outward into the quantum field, interacting with the web of energy that makes up reality itself. The frequency you hold is like a magnet, drawing to you experiences, people, and opportunities that match the signal you are broadcasting. This is why two people can walk into the same situation and have completely different experiences. One is holding a frequency of fear and will find reasons to confirm that fear, while the other holds a frequency of love and will find reasons to confirm that love. It is not the situation that defines them, but the energy they bring to it. When you realize that your energy is shaping reality, life begins to look less random and more like a mirror. The people who trigger you, the challenges that repeat themselves, the opportunities that appear or disappear, these are not accidents, but reflections of the frequencies you have been sustaining. This does not mean you are to blame for everything that happens to you. Rather, it means you have influence, you have creative power. The field responds not to your wishes or hopes alone, but to the signal you embody consistently. If you say you want peace, but spend most of your day dwelling in conflict or anger, the field aligns with your true frequency, not your verbal desires. If you say you want abundance but carry a vibration of lack, then lack is what the field reflects back to you. This is why energy awareness is at the core of manifestation. To shift reality, you don't have to control everything outside of you. That is impossible. What you can do is consciously choose what you are broadcasting into the field. This is the deeper meaning of alignment. Alignment is not about faking positivity or pretending everything is perfect. It is about calibrating your energy to match the state of being you want to live in. If you want to experience love, then embody the vibration of love now. If you want to experience peace, then embody the vibration of peace now. By holding these frequencies in your energy field, you invite the quantum field to organize itself around them, rearranging people, circumstances, and events to mirror your signal. This truth also explains why inner work is not optional on the path of conscious creation. The subconscious mind is constantly broadcasting signals through unhealed wounds, unresolved fears, and ingrained patterns. You may consciously say you want love, but if your subconscious is carrying frequencies of unworthiness or fear of abandonment, those frequencies are the ones amplified into the field. This is why practices like meditation, shadow work, and self-reflection are so powerful. They don't just make you feel better. They allow you to release old frequencies and tune yourself to new ones. When you clear the static of unresolved energy, your signal becomes coherent. And the field responds with clarity. Your energy also shapes reality through the resonance it creates with others. Humans are energetic beings constantly influencing one another. When you walk into a room, you are not just entering with your body, you are entering with your field. Others can feel it, even if unconsciously. This is why being around someone calm can soothe you without them saying a word, and being around someone agitated can make you uneasy even if nothing is spoken. Your energy is contagious because resonance is a law of vibration. Like frequencies, amplify each other. When you hold the vibration of love, you help others rise into that frequency. When you hold the vibration of peace, you create a space where chaos naturally softens. In this way, your personal energy is not only shaping your own life, but contributing to the collective field of humanity. To grasp the power of your energy is to grasp the mechanics of creation. Instead of seeing yourself as a victim of circumstance, you begin to see yourself as an active participant in the unfolding of reality. Instead of chasing external validation, you focus on calibrating your internal state. Instead of trying to force life into submission, you learn to generate the vibration that attracts what you seek. It is a shift from effort to energy, from control to coherence. This is not about bypassing action, but about aligning action with vibration. When your energy is aligned, the actions you take become amplified, more effective, more harmonious, because they are flowing with the current of the field rather than against it. Your energy is the language the universe listens to. It does not respond to contradictions between your words and your vibration. It responds to the dominant signal you embody. This is why becoming aware of your energy is so essential, because awareness allows choice, and choice allows alignment. The moment you recognize that your thoughts and emotions are not trivial but vibrational commands to the field, you begin to approach them with reverence. The moment you understand that your energy is not just affecting you, but the entire interconnected web of existence, you begin to take responsibility for the signal you are radiating. When you begin to see life through the lens of the quantum field, you realize that everything external is an echo of what is happening internally. Inner alignment is the true foundation upon which outer harmony is built, and without it, no amount of control, strategy, or external manipulation can create lasting peace. Most people spend their lives trying to fix the outer world, shaping circumstances, controlling relationships, adjusting environments, hoping that once everything looks right on the outside, they will finally feel right on the inside. But the field does not work this way. The outer is always a mirror of the inner, and when the inner state shifts, the external world naturally rearranges itself in response. This is why inner alignment is not optional. It is the key to harmony in every aspect of life. When your mind and heart are in conflict, when your thoughts are running in one direction and your emotions are running in another, your energy signal becomes incoherent. That incoherence radiates into the field, and what is reflected back to you is discord, chaos, and unresolved tension. You may be working hard to build peace in your relationships or stability in your life, but if you are internally fragmented, the results will never feel stable because the foundation itself is unstable. On the other hand, when you create inner alignment, when your mind, emotions, and actions are attuned to the same frequency, you begin to radiate coherence. Coherence is magnetic. It organizes the field around you. Relationships soften, opportunities align, and harmony flows because the signal you are sending is clear and consistent. This is why self-awareness is essential. If you are constantly seeking peace outside of yourself without examining the state of your own energy, you will find yourself in cycles of temporary calm, followed by conflict. Outer harmony can never be sustained if it is not rooted in inner coherence. This is also why unresolved emotions or suppressed parts of yourself seem to keep resurfacing. They are not obstacles meant to punish you, but invitations to return to alignment. The field cannot mirror harmony back to you if what you are radiating is unresolved disharmony. True peace is not about ignoring those parts of yourself. It is about integrating them so that your energy becomes whole. Think of alignment like tuning an instrument. A guitar with strings out of tune may still produce sound, but it will not create harmony. Every note will feel jarring or incomplete. But when the strings are tuned properly, the same guitar produces music that resonates deeply. Your inner world works the same way. When your thoughts are tuned toward fear while your heart longs for love, or when your words speak peace while your emotions vibrate anger, the music of your life feels off. When all parts of you are tuned to the same frequency, you become a living instrument of coherence, and the field responds by arranging life into harmony. This principle is also visible in human relationships. Two people can face the same conflict, but if one has inner alignment while the other does not, their experiences will be dramatically different. The aligned person will bring clarity, patience, and stability into the situation, and as a result, the conflict softens or resolves naturally. The misaligned person, however, will bring confusion and reactivity, and as a result, the conflict escalates. The external situation may look the same, but the outcome depends on the inner state of those involved. This shows that harmony is not something you demand from others. It is something you cultivate within and allow to ripple outward. Inner alignment also strengthens resilience. When you are aligned, challenges no longer destabilize you as easily because your center is strong. You are not relying on fragile external conditions to keep you at peace. Instead, your peace comes from a coherent state of being that is not easily shaken by temporary fluctuations. This doesn't mean you won't feel emotion or experience difficulty. It means you will navigate those experiences from a grounded place of stability rather than being tossed around by them. From this grounded state, solutions reveal themselves more easily because the mind is not clouded by chaos and the body is not overwhelmed by stress. One of the most powerful ways to create this alignment is through intentional practices that unify mind, heart, and body. Breathwork, meditation, mindfulness, and heart-focused practices are not just spiritual trends. They are tools for tuning your frequency. When you breathe consciously, you calm the nervous system, allowing the heart and mind to sink into coherence. When you practice gratitude, you shift the heart into alignment with higher frequencies, and the mind follows. When you act in ways consistent with your deepest values, your actions reinforce the signal you wish to broadcast. Alignment is not about perfection. It is about consistent tuning. Just as an instrument must be tuned again and again to maintain harmony, the more you live in inner alignment, the more you notice the outer world responding in ways that feel harmonious and supportive. It is not magic or coincidence. It is resonance. The field mirrors coherence with coherence, peace with peace, love with love. Inner chaos cannot produce outer peace, but inner harmony naturally radiates outward into everything you touch. And as you begin to embody this truth more deeply, you see that changing the world is not about controlling it, but about becoming so aligned within yourself that the world around you has no choice but to reflect that alignment back. The quantum embrace is not about reaching outward to grasp something that is far away. It is about recognizing that the reality you long for already exists in the field and then choosing to merge with it. Love and peace are not destinations waiting somewhere in the future. They are present states of being, already alive within the infinite matrix of possibilities. When you choose them, you are not imagining something that doesn't exist. You are embracing the frequency of a timeline that is just as real as the one you are standing in now. The act of quantum embrace is the conscious choice to collapse the infinite possibilities into one clear-lived reality, guided not by effort, but by vibration. It is the understanding that you are not separate from the reality you desire. You are already entangled with it, and the moment you embrace it within yourself, you activate it in the field around you. This embrace is active, not passive. 2. Often people assume that love and peace are luxuries, that life may grant them if circumstances align. But in the quantum perspective, they are choices that require courage and consistency. To embody love in a world filled with conflict is not weakness, it is mastery. To radiate peace in the face of chaos is not denial, it is alignment. The quantum embrace is the conscious decision to live from the version of yourself that already carries love and peace as a stable frequency, regardless of what external conditions look like. This choice creates ripple effects that extend far beyond your personal life. When you hold the vibration of love, you influence the collective field. When you radiate peace, you stabilize the energetic environment around you. The power of this embrace is rooted in coherence. Coherence means your thoughts, emotions, and actions are unified in the same frequency, creating a signal that the quantum field can respond to without distortion. If you say you want peace but feed on conflict, your signal is fragmented, and the field mirrors fragmentation. If you affirm love but continue to carry resentment, the signal is unclear, and what you experience reflects that lack of clarity. The quantum embrace is the practice of embodying fully what you desire, unifying your energy so that your signal is strong, coherent, and undeniable. When that happens, the field does not delay. It organizes reality around your vibration. Consider how water reflects an image. If the surface of the water is disturbed, the reflection is distorted. Only when the water is still does the image appear clearly. Your energy works the same way. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions are scattered in different directions, the reality you experience becomes distorted. But when you embrace coherence, when you embody love without hesitation and peace without condition, the field reflects that state with clarity. It is not about forcing life to change, but about becoming so aligned within yourself that life has no choice but to mirror that alignment back to you. The quantum embrace also dismantles the illusion of separation. Most people believe they are separate from the reality they desire, that love is out there waiting to be found, or that peace will arrive when the world changes. But separation is an illusion created by limited perception. The quantum truth is that you are already connected to the frequency of everything you long for. You are entangled with the version of you that lives in love and peace, and that connection is unbreakable. By embracing that version of yourself now, by embodying it in thought, feeling, and action, you collapse the illusion of distance and step into its reality. The more you embrace it, the stronger the resonance becomes, and the more the field organizes to match your signal.